the day the music died. So bye bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing "This will be the day that I die." I'm sorry. What's up, guys? Welcome back. Emotional fight. You know, switch of energy multiple times through the fight. When he thought it was going to go one way, it went the other. And, in every situation, there's a loser, there's a winner. And we saw that. We saw the moments of triumph. And then we saw on the other side, the moments of, it may be done. This may be it. So here we go. Sorry, sometimes I gotta gather myself together. Fury versus Usyk. They make their walkouts instantly. Usyk walks out the Ukraine uniform, and it lets you know, this is to him. This is war. This is literal war to him. Going into this fight, and that could strike fear to a lot of people. Very serious walkout. Things got real for a second. Then out comes Fury. Coming out, putting on a show with his entrance, dancing around. It really built the moment, and it lets you know, especially when Need a Hero came out and he was like dancing at the front of the stage. It really got people amped. You hear the fans chanting. Definitely a Fury stage, a Fury stadium was really in front of us. People were really ranting for Fury, and they start getting in. They start playing the national anthems, and two different things. Usyk is standing still, looking at Fury, staring him down. Fury can't stand still, walking around in a circle over and over again, just dancing around. And that goes with my statement. I think Fury was really nervous. I think he was really nervous going into this fight compared to Usyk, who's more calm and collective. And starting the fight off, Usyk was finding it a little bit. He was piecing Fury a little bit, and Fury was just more of trying to put on a show and going to the ropes a lot, walking backwards, putting himself in the corner purposely a lot. And in my head, I was like, he's trying to get in Usyk's head. Because the thing here is that, like I said, he couldn't get in Usyk's head before the fight. So during the fight, he's trying to make him miss. He's trying to embarrass him and get in his head. And for a while, he's getting pieced a little bit. So I was like, Fury, we got to change something here. And then Fury starts finding it. He starts landing those punches, and it starts looking easy to him. And Usyk starts getting more frustrated. You could tell. Dancing, getting a little mad, starting to throw more power punches and letting his face up a little bit, and definitely opening up that body. That body was open a lot after a while for Usyk. Fury was piecing him. Next few rounds. But the one thing that didn't change was Fury still tried to just get in his head more and more rather than just boxing him at that point. They started going to corners, still trying to do his little head. And it's like, come on, man. Like, at this point, you're in his head. Box him and beat him. But he was still trying to show off. He was still trying to get in his head. He was still trying to embarrass him. And when you could just finish the fight and you win and you're the undisputed champion. But instead, you're working so hard to do this one thing and be in his head the whole fight. You're piecing him up. He started wobbling a bit. And yet, like, some part of you was like, I don't know if he was still nervous. I don't know if he was too scared, but he kept walking on that back foot. He kept trying to go to the corner still. And at certain times, he would let him piece him. He would literally leave his face wide open and take it, and then just like, and all that. And with all that, what they say, you keep playing with fire, you're going to get burned. And he took a 1-2 straight to the face. And it burned him. He went against the ropes. And he lost his feet instantly. Lost his feet. Couldn't feel nothing. He was gone. Fury's never been hit like that before. Usually when you get hit, you go down, you get up. Fury's ready to go. But the difference here was that his legs were gone. He couldn't stand still. He started going rope to rope, bouncing off the ropes while Usyk was following him, hitting him. I thought they were about to call the fight. Because he lost everything in his body at that moment. And he had no control. And it was just, I was sitting there. I was like, no. Because it was like, it could have been avoidable. It really could have been avoidable. And when you could just stick to the game plan instead of trying to show off the whole fight, trying to get in his head. Because I feel like Fury was in his own head. I feel like he was trying so hard to be in Usyk's head that it ended up getting in his own head. And he couldn't get out of it. He couldn't beat his own demon in this fight. He couldn't just relax and realize, oh, I'm ahead. Let me just box my fight and get out of here. Let me just do my feints. Let me move around. Let me use my bigger body to lay on him, which he was doing for a little bit, but he still kept fighting on the back foot. And he still kept going to those corners and trying to do his ropes and trying to show off and trying to show, oh, you can't hurt me. When after a while, you're going to get hurt. No matter how big you are, you're going to get hurt if you keep taking those off the chin. Clean. There were clean shots off the chin constantly. So then he gets the knockdown, and Fury's up in the corner. And I will say the one thing about Fury is that he always does get these long counts. I get it. I'm a Fury fan, but they always, especially against the Wilder fights, whenever he got knocked down, they were giving him long counts. Well, they would stop counting for a little bit. And in this one, too, he had got to the 8 count, and Fury was still getting halfway up. And he stopped counting. And he was like, letting him go. And I get it. The magnitude of the fight. You want to see what happens. You can't always call the fight instantly. Especially, I really thought they were going to call it right there in round 9 when he couldn't move at all. Because that's bad. When you're like that, you're kind of out of it. And I think he was definitely out of it. And if that round wasn't over, and there was still at least 30 seconds left, that fight would have been over. So happily that happened at the end of the round. And then I was like, all right. Round 10. Fury comes in, starts finding a little bit more moment, but he couldn't get away from Usyk. Like Usyk said, I'm not gonna leave you alone. He didn't leave him alone. Kept walking him down. Those last 3 rounds, people said Fury could have won those rounds. I don't think he did. I think the bigger shots still went to Usyk. I think Fury had moments. But I think Usyk overall controlled the power of the round, controlled what happened. So as much as the people say Fury may have won, I don't think he did. I don't see the debate of saying he won. I think Usyk definitely won that fight. And definitely, it's a saddened feeling. But as the fight went on, as the week went on, I started in my head seeing the ways of Usyk winning. And I was like, realistically, I think Usyk wins this fight. And in my prediction video, I'm not going to lie, I said I'm biased. I got a little biased. And I ended up saying Fury because I thought that we would see the best of Tyson Fury. And for little glimpses we did, but I definitely see the downfall of his career coming down. And like they say, it was the day the music died. So from here, congratulations to Usyk. Let's see where he goes from here, because this guy is good. He's very technical. And in those moments, he showed he could have some power. Especially when you let yourself get hit constantly, shots add up. And he was able to take those shots from Fury, and he was able to turn that momentum. I think one of the biggest things possible when you're here during the fight, his corner was chanting for Usyk the whole time, and it was loud and it was proud. And that even backed him up more, because it gave him the momentum, being like, there's something worth fighting for that's larger than just myself. And they said that right before the fight. The announcer said that. It's true. He felt the power of everything behind him, everyone behind him. And sometimes it's just, you get that Rocky energy to where you can't lose. And in my opinion, I think a rematch, I think Fury loses. I think Usyk still beats him. I think we've seen the best of Fury. And yeah, I think this is really, it's kind of downhill from here. So hopefully I'm proven wrong. I hope so. I love Fury, but after a while, you kind of just had to accept that it's the sign of the times. And I hope that he's able to take this loss well. Because like I said before, I was fearing that if he would have lost, it would do a lot on his mental health. And I think he kind of let it go a little bit in the press, saying that he only won because they're at war and all that. And I think that's kind of uncalled for. But I just hope that he's able to take this well. And if he retires, I hope he's retiring in happiness. But we just had to sit back and we got to see. So thank you guys for watching. I'll get back to y'all soon. Have a good one.